Ever feel like your business just can't run without you, even though you have a team? You're constantly answering questions, double checking every detail, and jumping in whenever there's a problem. You tell yourself, I'm just helping my team succeed. And honestly, that's what good leaders want to do. But what if all of this helping is actually holding your team back from reaching their full potential? Hi, I'm Melissa James, founder of Brilliance. After working with hundreds of business owners who care deeply about their team's success, I've discovered something that might surprise you. Sometimes our best intentions, being involved, solving problems, protecting quality, can actually create the very bottlenecks and slowdowns we're trying to avoid. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share how to spot those hidden bottlenecks in your business, unleash your team's true strength, and finally build a business that works for you, not because of you. Plus, I'll give you my proven framework that's helped hundreds of business leaders transform from being the bottleneck to being the catalyst for growth. But first, quick question, and I want you to be totally honest with me. Have you ever worried that things would completely fall apart if you took a real break from your business? Drop guilty if that's you, or freedom if your team's already crushing it without you. I genuinely read every single comment and I love to know where you are on this leadership journey. So let me tell you a story about Sarah. She runs a successful marketing agency with 8 employees. Sarah is brilliant at solving problems, so brilliant that over time, her team started bringing her every decision. Should we approve that design? What should we tell this client? How do we handle this situation? Sarah felt needed, she felt valued. She was helping her team succeed, right? Then something happened that changed everything. Sarah decided to take her first real vacation in 3 years. She told her team, handle everything, you've got this. And guess what happened? Nothing. Project stalled, client requests sat unanswered, her team was paralyzed waiting for her approval on decisions they were perfectly capable of making. Sound familiar? Maybe you've experienced this yourself, or maybe you're worried this could be you. Here's what most business owners don't realize. When you're indispensable, you're actually setting a hard ceiling on your business growth and your personal freedom. Your team never develops those crucial problem solving muscles because you're always flexing yours. They become dependent instead of empowered. And the cost isn't just to your business, it's to you personally. You're working longer hours, carrying more stress, and missing out on the life you started this business to create in the first place. But here's what most people don't realize, and this is where it gets exciting. The most successful business owners I work with have made one crucial mindset shift. They've moved from being managers to being multipliers. Your job isn't to manage every detail, it's to multiply your team's capability and potential. There's a massive difference between delegation and empowerment. Most business owners are stuck in delegation mode. Delegation is, here's a task, do it exactly like this. Empowerment is, here's the outcome we need. How do you want to approach it? This is what I call stepping into CEO mode. It's at the heart of the breakaway growth framework that I teach inside of my Lead Like a CEO Accelerator. When you step fully into CEO mode, something magical happens. You create an environment where your team doesn't just want to follow instructions, they want to take ownership. They start thinking like business owners themselves. Here's a simple way to start this shift today. Instead of immediately giving answers when your team comes to you with questions, try asking, what would you do if I wasn't available right now? You'll be amazed at the thoughtful solutions they already have. They just need permission to use them. But mindset alone isn't enough. You need the right systems to support this transformation, which brings me to my next point. Now, when I talk about systems, I often hear, but Melissa, systems feel so restrictive. I don't want to micromanage my team or stifle their creativity. Here's the truth. The right systems, they don't restrict your team, they set them free. Think of systems as decision-making frameworks that give your team the confidence and clarity to act independently while still maintaining your standards. Let me share a real example. I worked with a business owner who kept finding the same mistakes from his manager over and over. It was frustrating for both of them and kept pulling the owner back into daily issues he didn't want to be involved in. So he tried something different. He created a clear step-by-step playbook for the manager's role. Suddenly, the manager knew exactly what to do and when. Mistakes dropped, the team gained confidence, and the owner finally had the freedom to focus on the things only he could do. That's the power of the right system. And that's why I created the E's framework for building systems that actually work. E is to establish your core processes. You'll want to identify the 3 to 5 processes that drive the most revenue or create the most problems when they go wrong. A is to assess your daily operations, looking at what's happening now and where the breakdowns typically occur. S is to standardize your documentation, create simple step-by-step guides that anyone can follow, not complex manuals that sit on the shelf. And E is to embed them into daily routines. Make sure the systems become habits, not just documents people reference when there's a crisis. When your team has these tools and frameworks, they don't need you for every decision. Now, here's where it gets real. The hardest part of the entire process isn't creating systems or changing your mindset. It's actually letting go. And I completely understand why this feels scary. You've built your business with your own hands. You know exactly how you want things done. You care deeply about quality and customer experience. The thought of someone else handling important decisions can feel terrifying. But here's what I've learned. Holding on too tightly doesn't protect your business. It actually limits its potential. This is where my ACT delegation model becomes crucial. ACT stands for A, assess what to delegate and to whom. Start by listing everything on your plate. Then categorize what only you can do as a business owner versus what other people could do with the proper training. What are others already capable of doing that you haven't let go of? For example, only you might be able to set the overall business strategy or make major investment decisions. But responding to routine customer inquiries, managing social media posts, or creating weekly reports, well, those are perfect delegation opportunities. C in the ACT model stands for communicate. Communicate clear expectations. This isn't just giving instructions, it's painting the picture of success. What does a job well done look like? What are the key metrics or outcomes that you're measuring? What's their decision-making authority? And lastly, T in the ACT model stands for track progress without micromanaging. Set up regular check-ins, but resist the urge to hover. Ask questions like, what's working well? And what obstacles are you facing? Rather than, did you do exactly what I told you? Here's a crucial mindset shift. Celebrate progress over perfection. Your team member might not do something exactly the way you would, and that's okay. Sometimes their approach might even be better than yours. I've seen teams transform simply because the business owner was willing to give up a little control and recognize improvement, even when it wasn't perfect from day one. Here's something that might blow your mind. The people you've already hired have skills, talents, and interests you don't even know about. Why? Because they haven't been given the opportunity to show them. Most team members have been conditioned to stay in their lane, do their assigned tasks, and not rock the boat. But when you start asking different questions and creating space for growth, you'll discover capabilities you never knew existed. Here are a few examples other business owners experience. 1, a bookkeeper who turned out to be incredible at client communication and now handles all client onboarding. Another example is an admin assistant who had a natural talent for social media and grew the company's following by 300%. A third example is a warehouse manager who became the go-to person for training new employees because he had a gift for breaking down complex processes. Those discoveries happened because someone took the time to ask, what else are you good at? Or what would you love to take more ownership of? Here's something you can do. Try cross-training your team members in different areas. Not only does this create backup coverage when someone's out, but it also keeps your team engaged and growing. Start encouraging your team to bring you solutions along with problems. Instead of just saying, we have an issue, ask them to come with at least one potential solution. You'll be amazed at their creativity and problem-solving abilities. When you implement these strategies, when you truly step into CEO mode and empower your team, the transformation is remarkable. I've seen it happen hundreds of times, and it never gets old. Here's what starts happening. Your team stops bringing you every little problem and starts bringing you solutions. They begin thinking strategically about their roles and how they can contribute to the bigger picture. Innovation happens naturally because people feel safe to try new approaches and suggest improvements. Your business, well, it starts running smoother, faster, and more profitably because decisions, they don't have to flow through one person anymore. And here's a big one. You finally get to focus on what only you can do as a business owner. Setting vision, building strategy, developing new opportunities, or simply having the freedom to step away when you want to. This exact transformation is what happens inside of my Lead Like a CEO Accelerator program. I watch business owners go from feeling trapped by their success to feeling energized by their team's growth and their own newfound freedom. So here's what I want you to do this week. And I mean, actually do it, not just think about it. Use the ACT model to delegate one higher level responsibility. Choose something that's important, but doesn't absolutely require your specific expertise. Maybe it's client follow-up calls, weekly team meetings, or monthly reporting. Follow the 3 steps. Assess who's ready for the responsibility, communicate your expectations clearly, and track their project without hovering over their shoulders. Here's the key. Resist the urge to jump in at the first sign of imperfection. Give them space to learn, adjust, and truly own the outcome. Measure your success not by how perfectly they replicate your approach, but by how well things run without your constant involvement. That's the real victory here. If you're ready to stop being the person holding your business together and you want to discover what your team is truly capable of, first hit that like button. It tells YouTube this content is valuable and it helps other business owners find it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more leadership strategies that actually work in the real world. And take my free Stages of Business Growth quiz, linked in the description. It'll show you exactly what stage of business growth you're in and what you can do next. Remember, great leaders don't create dependency, they create capability. Your business should work for you and not the other way around. You have everything you need to make this transformation happen. Your team is more capable than you realize, and you're more ready than you think. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.